Alright, so we gotta change spells. Whoa, what's going on here? Huh, alright. And... oh, yeah, don't need that. Might consider doing that. Man. Alright, that did not go over well. Well, it changes things. Where'd he go? That's weird. Gotta get there a little sooner, buddy. Main gauche. Oh. Where are you going? That's weird. Is he going down there? I wonder if he's going down there. Nope. Hey, Abraham. It's fun. Interesting choice of word. So, Convergence makes, it seems, at least what I've encountered so far, Convergence mod has made very few changes in the DLC. Except that I have completely different spell set. And so there are fights that I think might be very interesting with the new spell set. And the new abilities with, like, summonables and whatnot. But, having said that, let me get this guy. Holy moly. Go, Alexander. Now watch this. Alexander is a beast. Man. All right. Cloud form. Let's put this here. Here. Hold on. And then this. Oh. I didn't actually mean to do that. Boop. That's okay. Okay, so when you say the weapon, I assume you mean the spell that I'm casting, this one? So that's a spell called Pyroclasm. It's in Convergence. It's not in the base game. That's a modified thing. Let's see. Yep. See that? Got him. Got him. Got him. Got him. I'll just finish him off this way. One thing that's interesting about the way Convergence has added spells is they've added spells which are the kinds of spells used by the mobs and creatures in the game, and the spell that is, may actually be world destructible. So there are items that, like, if an NPC hits them, they'll break, but if you hit them, they won't. I mean, there's plenty of those examples around. Well, now you're given spells that cause that. So this spell, if you cast it in an area with trees, it knocks all the trees down. So that's pretty cool. And you're welcome. We'll see what's next here. Oh. They also go through walls, as you saw when I hit that guy a bunch of times. But in an area like this, it's useful, because normally you'd be attacked by those guys hiding behind the boats. And that takes care of them. Now, what it doesn't do well with is stairs. So it tends to get stuck on stairs. But notice all those things along the walls were all breaking. I basically just got rid of them all. This spell will do that. There are other ones too. This just happens to be the one that I use. And the fact that you get FP regen natively, I think, drastically improves the quality of life of the game. Now, let me add a piece to that. I've been thinking a lot about this recently. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the live. So, it's actually something that's been on my mind a lot. And it's actually connected to Bungie's release of World of Marathon. The reason why I'm really enjoying Convergence mod is because it is taking away the places where Elden Ring felt unnecessarily painful and giving me a lot more options or choices that you wouldn't otherwise have. But had I not played the original Elden Ring, I do not think I would like this as much as I do. I think that it required that previous play and interactivity and everything in order for me to really enjoy what I've got here. It's sort of like, this is dessert, and Elden Ring was the meal that you have to sit through to get to dessert. In a sense. Not precisely, but you know what I mean? If someone immediately jumped in and played this and then went back and played Elden Ring, it would feel just wrong. So, take that how you will. The way they have set up the play on this is if you are careful to follow their intended path, you will specifically gain the things that make it the most like you're a class than just a build. But it's still at the heart a build concept. So, but that notion of what it means to be a build, instead of changing it so that you choose a class and you stay that class, they've simply made it so that the this guy. They've simply made it so that you're only fed the items that are good for your class if you follow that path. So I did not. I made a mistake, and I apparently didn't use a teleporter, or I didn't find something I was supposed to find. I had to go back and find it much later. And so I had loaded up on spells from other types. And as a result, I ended up getting used to using spells that were not necromancer spells, for example. And I'm not really complaining about that. I'm just sort of identifying that as something that happened. One of those things that I like to do when I first enter the tower is I go through and I kind of get the next step grace points so that I can just teleport quickly to them. Alright, so check this out. Oh, whoops. That was not intended. God bless America. Good Lord. Make sure there's nothing hiding out there. Another thing that these spells are good for. Oh. There it is. Oh. Rats. Come on. Golden Vow. What does that even do? Is that healing? FP to increase attack and defense. Alright. Good to know, good to know. Phoenix. Man, FP's getting more painful. Now here's an interesting one. Notice right now I cannot use my summon, which I think is very interesting. That's been taken away. That's not what I meant to do. What? There we go. I don't feel bad about that at all. Now, what's interesting, there's actually something here that I want. Question is, where is it? Putting on my readers. Somewhere up here is the shadow smithing stone. Here we go. Got that bell bearing. An ear limb. From the first rise of the grace site, head out of the tower. Lower southwest exit. Huh. Well, I'm not sure where that is. Let's figure it out. Oh, there's something here. The question is what? Well, that's interesting. I've got a dung eater. Oh, I already did this one. That's funny. Oh, alright. Oh, where'd you go, big guy? Where is my buddy? Hold on. I know what golden extract is, but what's a rube arrow? Oh, crafting item. Alright, fair enough. Alright, which side of Greece is this? Okay, not what I'm looking for. I'm going to go the way I know how to go. And we'll see what happens. Hey, how's it going? Oh, what's up there? Oh, nice, big old shadow room. I'm not sure of is the hammer dude's there. Is this first rise? Nope, ancient runes. Huh. Well, I don't know if this guy's of interest at all, but let's get a dung eater involved. And perhaps a wave of corruption. Oh, come on, it can't be that short. Okay, that was right on top of the guy. Come on. Hello. Hold on. I'm trying to, like, mentally translate that. You got the Godslayer Greatsword, great weapon, and it works with my Dex Faith. Yep. That's a pretty rare combination. Dex Faith is not, doesn't have the synergy that Dex Int does. But you want another main. You want another main weapon? Dex Faith is a very difficult pair. Dex goes with Int much better. So if you want to stick with Dex Faith, Bolt of Gransax is probably the single best Dex Faith build, or best Faith weapon. Unless you have an inherent hate of thrusting weapons. But Dex and Faith, there's a lot less synergy with Dex Faith than there is with Faith and Strength. Come on. There we go. Oh, would you look at that. Oh, I got a bunch of levels I'm sitting on. I didn't even notice. Alright, let's not die here. Yeah, no, there are some excellent builds. It's the synergy between the two is just not as much. The Faith and Arcane have sort of a secondary match, and Strength and Arcane have a secondary match. And then if you look at the weapons set, one thing you can seriously consider is weapons would, instead of using Somberstone weapons, would just be using Smithstone weapons. So, you know, a katana with an Ash of War that you choose is just as good. You just have to have the right Ashes of War. It's a question of which one makes sense. Bolt of Gransax, when it comes to the Black Flame, right, you've got the Night Birds, the Deathrite Birds, or whatever they're called, and you've got the Deathrite Poker and a few other that make some interesting interesting builds, but I think some of them are strength-based, not dex-based. That doesn't mean you can't use them. You just won't have quite as much melee. And then you also have to decide, are you primarily melee and spells are secondary, or are you primary spells and melee is secondary? actually, come to think of it, let's get you out there. And let's get you, whoops, out there. Watch the tree break. Spear gravestone. You pretty rarely get those. Oh, thank you for the gifts. I appreciate them. That's funny. Is he gonna get in range? There he is. What is this? Ooh, weapon upgrade item. So one of the differences is weapons can be upgraded. All weapons upgrade to 15. But you get stuck in your upgrade set at 10 until you can start until you can start picking up items in the DLC. I don't remember that guy. But that doesn't mean he wasn't there. Ow. Interesting. Huh. Alright, alright. Well, let's finish the path up here. I'm going to have to throw this lever. Scarlet Bud. Now, can I summon Dryleaf Dane? I can. Before I do, however... Spells. Who do I want for this? Do I want Dung Eater or Alexander? Or the other guy? The other guy doesn't seem to do anything, though. What's it called? Florisax is usually pretty good. Alright. We're gonna do this. Here. That's there, that's... Alright. Here. crap. Damn it. What? No! Okay. This is the first time that I ran into this, and it felt like cheating. So, bear with me for a minute. When I soul steal, hey P-Freak, when I soul steal, it is supposed to make them, like, get stunned, and it didn't. He kept attacking. And so I immediately got killed again. And then I couldn't soul steal again because I didn't have the... Anyway. That feels cheap. Alright. Good to know. And we're going to make this change. And we're going to make this change. Oh, and we're going to make that change. Come on. Oh, and I should have done this the first time. Where'd you go? Why can't I see? There you are. All right. Ah! There we go. Death by sacrifice. Very satisfying. Remembrance of the bud. Okay, now. Ah, oh, come on. Go out here. Now, do we have a message here? No, but we don't have what we need to burn it, so... Sorry, I double pressed and I sneezed at you. My bad. Okay, let's see. Alright, let's get my levels up. Alright. Alright. What else? We put this on. Now, this is unclear to me. There's supposed to be a point called First Rise, and I haven't seen it. Let me look again. Realize I may not be in actually. I may not even be in the right place. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Be funny. Sort of. I know where it is. Alright, that's dumb. Sorry. So, an Irilim is where you go after you burn the tree. I should have known that. I didn't grok that information. The final item. Oh, that's interesting. It crashed. Which means that you can get the final item more easily. 3, the Shadow Smithing Stone Bell Bearing 3 is easier to get than the 2. Unless you think Veil is harder than... I love when it gives that message. You should have quit properly. You crashed. Or should I say? No crash this time. No crash, no crash. All right.
Now.
12. Aw, come on. That feels very cheap. Strength and armament. Large somber shadow stone. Do I want it? Yes. Alright, spells will do a little more damage. Spirit tuning. Oh, there's my buddy. Oh, that's right. Hold on. More to do. I should have bell bearings. A few of them, actually. Yep. There's 215 of those. It's just funny. Alright, nope. Back to here. Okay. Let's go back to storehouse, first floor. Hold on, holy. Ah, rats. Do 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 do. Now, here's what's interesting. I actually can take advantage of this. Now, what I need is to craft... Oh, that's right. I have to pick from here. Hefty furnace pot. Right. Equipment. Wait, how do I not? Damn it. I cooked all that up. I have to turn that one on to unblock that area, and then that'll let me make either the Sword of Light or the Sword of Shadow. Furnace fists? Good lord. That's not a good place to be. So notice there's nothing here. Now it's examine altar. And do I want to raise it to the dark? Yes. Given I'm a necromancer, I think I'll check out this sword as a sword of darkness. I assume it's basically the same sword. Why didn't you? That jump, I end up on the outside. What? No. Come on. Get me out of here. Hold on, I need to soul steal. Shenanigans. Man, that is so weird. Like, that little process is actually very, very strange. But that's okay. Bite me. Alright. Well, that got me this Sword of Darkness. Let me think. Let's make sure that we've talked to everybody.
Allow me.
Think not lest you.
Alright. First floor. And I have some real life stuff to do, so I'm going to call it here. Thank you all very much for being here. A little short session for me. Be excellent, be awesome, be good to each other, and I will see you all later. And if you're at NCA right now, good luck.